snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage with the homie Sin.
That's right.
This is Loading Snacks Weekly.
It is.
And we will be coming to you every week with a new topic.
Sounds about right.
Based somewhere in all of geek culture.
Yeah,
because that's,
yeah,
loading snacks.
Yeah, we enjoy doing this stuff.
This week
is what?
Digital versus physical media.
Okay.
Digital versus physical. So, let's just cut to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digital.
I've been digital for a while now.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I know that is a many people in the communities that we reside in, because we live there. They, you know what? They tend to be people who are the kind of people who are collectors. We're collectors.
Yes.
Right? We collect comic books, video games, t-shirts, hats, many physical things.
A lot.
Right? You collect shoes? I'm not a sneakerhead. Like, I don't...
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. I ride the line.
Okay. However, when it comes to media specifically, that's changed, I feel like, a lot. Like, I used to be very proud to display like all of my DVDs and my Blu-rays and my video game collection. Cartridges.
I agree. Same way.
Discs, cases, spines out.
Yep. Yeah, look at all the stuff I got.
Yeah. PlayStation joints, Dreamcast joints.
Mm-hmm.
It was a thing.
Yeah, but then you get a little bit older and stuff starts taking up space after a while.
It was taking up space before we got older, bro.
Stuff starts taking up space.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened for me personally. In the transition from the last generation of game consoles specifically, because I was already beyond physical media for music.
Same here.
Pretty much beyond it for movies. Yeah. Like I don't know when the last time was that I bought a DVD or a Blu-ray disc. Like, I bought a disc.
Yeah.
CD, DVD, Blu-ray.
I definitely can't remember the last time I bought a CD. Blu-ray?
No.
I'd have to look at my collection and probably be able to pinpoint what was the last one that I actually bought. But my Blu-ray's a very small collection.
Here's the thing. I bet you whatever it is, it ain't open. It's probably still in the cellophane.
More than likely, yes.
Yeah.
More than likely, yes.
You know, look, especially when it got to the point where, like, it was like you could buy the Blu-ray, but then they started giving you the digital copy with it or whatever. It was like,
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I can just download this and watch it. Now.
Yeah, like, I don't really need this. So, and there was this fear of giving up the collection status, right? Of, like, people being able to walk in and be, like, awed by, look at all your movies, look at that, whatever. And same thing with games. And so when it transitioned to the current generation of video game hardware, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, when those new consoles came out, I had already made the decision that I was going all digital. Like, I was not going to buy a physical disc anymore.
I'm not going to say I don't. It all depends on the collector's edition, whether I will get it for that. But I'm really not even buying it for the disc. I just want the statue or whatever. That's the only way now that I actually own a physical disc for anything. It's just for that reason. I wanted to like the super collector's edition of something to get the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean
like I have my Tales of Zestiria, the disc lives in the PlayStation.
Right, it's just in there.
Yeah, just because I want to collect the stuff, and that way it's treated like digital, like because I never take it out for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten over the collector's edition of stuff. Like, the collector's editions that they make for games, I just don't generally feel like are worth it. I'm actually more interested in the digital stuff they give you when you get a collector's edition than I am the physical stuff that they give you at this point. Like, I don't... If, under the right circumstances, right, like, I might have bought, like, something that had a Spider-Man statue.
I get that. Like me, with Yakuza 6, I bought the After Hours edition. It came with the two nice the glasses and the rocks you can freeze and chill. I was like, see, that's perfect.
Right.
That's perfect for me. And, not going to lie, I'm teetering with the Jump Force one. But that's just a lot of money to drop.
Don't do it.
For that. But, dog, the statue. Luffy, Goku, and Naruto.
I know.
But that price tag is just hefty, you know?
Yeah,
so.
but you know what? Those statues have been pretty serious quality. Like,
yeah.
What's the price?
It's way more than I want to pay.
What is the price?
I think it's like $300 or something like that.
Ah.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
No. I mean, look, disposable income, sure. I guess for me, it just got to the point. What I realized is, especially as I started to download games, even with last generation, right? Because the ability to download games digitally really started last generation, for the most part. And I can look at my collection of digital games. Like, I still have a collection. Like, I still feel like a collector. When I turn on my Xbox, my PlayStation, when you turn on your Switch, you see all the icons of all the stuff that you've downloaded. And I think my initial concern up front of, like, the collector in me and feeling like I couldn't give up that physical side of it, it's like I still can turn it on and it's there. People come to the house and I turn on the system and people look at it and they go, oh man, like, you have a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. You know what I mean? And like, that works for me. And so I'm still a collector. There's Spider-Man stuff all over the place.
Yeah. But
I'd rather collect artwork, you know what I mean? Or like maybe a plush, a shot glass, something like that. And that works for me. But I also think, I mean, I think the other thing for people is the concern about ownership. Like, if you're downloading stuff digitally, you're paying the same price as you are for the physical, but you don't actually have a physical, copy. So, like, technically you don't own it. And while I do understand that, when you look at the landscape and you look at, like, okay, we stream from Netflix, we stream from Hulu, we stream from Amazon, you know what I mean? Like, you don't own any of that. If it's there, you go, you watch it. If it's not there, you know, whatever. But even the stuff that I buy, like, I buy stuff that's digital. And I guess, sure, if they decide it's not there one day, it's not there. But when you buy a physical disc, under so many circumstances now, it seems like you put it in, you have to download it from the disc.
And install it, yeah.
And so much of it seems like, even if it's not a lot of it, but there's still stuff that's like, even if it's a single player game, it does a check-in. Like, so even if you have the disc, you need to be online, you know what I mean, or something like it's just, I don't know, I think there's two things. The fear of that ownership going away feels like less of an issue now because so many companies are interested in providing you with an ecosystem, meaning that when you buy stuff now, their idea of trying to keep you is to allow you to keep the stuff you bought so you stay within their ecosystem. So whenever they put out the next thing, you stay with them. So your phone, you have an Android, right? Many of the guys in the crew are Apple. But your stuff that you bought is tied to one or the other. And so it's hard for people to leave that. So they just stay with it. Because that way all their stuff is still there.
Yeah, it's convenience.
I mean,
you get a new phone, everything just goes right to the new phone, just download straight to it. You don't have to worry about it. Don't have to think about it. So, I like digital for the convenience. I think that's why I switched over going from the last gen to this one. Like towards the end, it's like it's way easier just to have it downloaded. Like I don't never have to go look for my disc. Everything's sitting right there. It's quick. It's easy. I still have access to all my games, and I didn't realize that I didn't miss them. Like having the physical copy, like it just kind of just went away in the back of my head. Like just having everything sitting right there. Like all right, let me go right there. Boom, boot it up, good to go. Then, like you said, like going there, and you're seeing I'm seeing my collection grow and everything. Like I realized, yeah, I don't miss having all these boxes lined up everywhere. Everything's sitting right here on my hard drive. As long as I got a big enough hard drive or two, like I'm great. I have everything I need. Now streaming, I'm not a fan of streaming whatsoever. I don't like the idea of not owning it.
Yeah, like, but that's the point. Like the digital versions, you technically don't own.
Yeah, but it's different. Like, when I download something and it's on my hard drive, I it's not going anywhere unless I delete it. No, it's still there. Whether it's music, whether it's a episode of an anime or something like that, it's not going anywhere. But if I stream it, if I want to go back and watch something one day, and then like you said, it's gone, like now I can't watch it anymore because they decided to take it off this streaming service or whatever it is. Like I like the idea of digital, yes, being able to have my stuff. I'm just not a fan of really streaming.
I think streaming is.
I understand that's the way everything's going now. I'm not behind it.
It doesn't bother me. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like it is what it is. To a certain extent, it's kind of like.
And then also it makes it easy for me. Like this morning, I'm trying to stream watching Dragon Ball Super.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but the buffering is crazy and it's driving me crazy. Right. I just cut it off, plug my laptop into the TV. I have all the episodes sitting right there on my laptop, and just started watching. I don't have to worry about, buffering and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you have to watch it at lower quality because it's having a problem with the internet. Like, nothing like that. Like, boom, 1080p, stream it, HDMI straight to the TV. I'm good. I don't have to worry about it. I like having that option.
Yeah, but you still have to use the network bandwidth to download it in the first place.
True.
And I think streaming is, in the same sense, it's a matter of convenience. So it's one thing to say that and you already have it. It's a different thing if you didn't have it already, right? So if you were trying to stream and you're like, I'll just download it so that I can just watch it without the buffering or whatever, and you still gonna have to wait for it to download. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. I'm fine with that. Okay. Like, because like I said, at least it's going to be mine. I don't have to worry about it going away at some point, or if it's a storm or something like that, and internet goes down, me not being able to watch it, I'm just sitting here in the dark and I can't have nothing to watch. At least if I got, at least if I have it, it's on my laptop. I can just boot it up and just keep on watching my show till the power comes back on. Yeah. Stuff like that. Why I like to have my digital content over just being forced to stream it.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is that I get that, but I feel like it's a strange world that we live in when, like, you relegate whether or not something is worth ownership on the off chance that the power goes out. Like, how often does the power go out? You know what I mean? I'm just you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, alright, but that's, like, when we was kids, if the power went out, you couldn't watch or do nothing anyway. You had to do something else. Like, you had to play cards, or you know what I mean? Like, you had to do something else. Like, it's not like, I don't know, if the power goes out, you can't do something. You know what I mean? Like,
not just that, like, travel. I don't have to worry about paying for, like, Wi-Fi on a plane or nothing like that.
Sure.
To stream stuff. Like, me, I'll go somewhere, I'll just load up a hard drive full of some animes, and I'm good. I'm great or whatever. Like, it's just, I'd use that for, like, one, just one thing or whatever. Yeah. But, like, it's different.
But, I mean, at the same time, right? Look at Netflix. As a streaming service, Netflix allows you to download stuff from their service to your phone or to your tablet or whatever, so that you don't have to have Wi-Fi.
True.
It's there and you can just watch it. So, like, I think that there is a good mix of solutions that are coming down the pipeline to fix stuff like that. Yeah, clearly bandwidth can be an issue. Wi-Fi can be an issue. All of that's changing, and it's changing really quickly. And when we're looking at the landscape that we're looking at, I mean, Project xCloud just got announced. You got Google Stream going on right now, where, like, people are literally streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey straight to their Chrome browser. It's just open a tab and you playing the game with a controller, with the keyboard.
That's crazy.
And like everybody's like, yo, this joint just works. Like it works. You know what I mean? Like,
that's just crazy.
There might be a little hiccup here or there or whatever, but like as a whole, they're just it's just there and it's working, right? And Microsoft is pushing this xCloud, and like they're saying, like, you know, play these games on any device. You know what I mean? Like if you own the game, play it on your phone, play it on your tablet, play it on your computer, play it on your TV, whatever. Hook your controller up via Bluetooth, like to your phone, and turn it sideways and keep playing your game. And the power that they have behind Azure or whatever, and how that is actually helping to bypass a lot of the issues that we've had with streaming and streaming service. It's one thing to stream a movie. It's a whole other thing to stream the kind of
a game.
Yeah, stream
something
that
as
kind
big
of
as, like you said, Odyssey.
Yeah,
that takes a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. And I do think that there is a difference between streaming versus digital ownership. However, I don't think that what's coming down the pipeline with something like xCloud is about like a subscription service where you're just paying to stream whatever games you want when you want. Now, it could work if they incorporate that into like Game Pass or something like that, right? But to me, the intention behind it is you have an Xbox Live account. You bought these games already. In the same way that like they have the Play Anywhere. If you bought this game, it works on your Xbox and it works on your PC, right? You can just go in and you can play it. You can download it and play it. Well, now you won't have to download it on your PC. You can connect via Bluetooth or whatever, and it can see you're logged into your account. It can see that you own the game, and it just lets you pick it up. Your saves are in the cloud, and it just lets you play. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think it's going to be... It could be a subscription service, but I don't think that's what they're shooting for. Like, if you have an Apple device, and you've downloaded stuff on your iTunes isn't a subscription service.
Nah, right, yeah.
You bought it. It's yours. We want you in our ecosystem.
You just log back into iTunes.
Yeah, we want. Yeah, and it works on your computer.
Right.
And it works on your Apple TV.
And your tablet.
You know what I mean? I think it's time to do a dance.
Apparently.
Let's do a dance.
I apologize for everybody.
I mean, I dance.
Oh, you will?
No, sir.
I was about to say.
No, sir.
He's about to shuck and jive for you.
No, sir. Not gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I think what's happening with something like xCloud is not, again, iTunes is not a subscription service.
No.
Right? And whatever you've downloaded from the Google Play Store, not a subscription service.
Nope.
You have an account. You're logged into that account. You get a new device. It works.
Right.
It works on your Chromecast. It works on your Chromebook. If you have one of those. People have them.
Right, I know. I feel like that was a shot right there. Just felt like it was a shot. I don't have a Chromebook. I ain't saying anything wrong with it.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Okay. I didn't say. But like if you have a Chromebook right now and you got into the Google stream, you could be playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I know.
For free.
I know.
On stream.
That free word. That's amazing. For free.
Yeah.
Let me get a Chromebook.
I mean, it's a beta, right? But
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that the direction Microsoft is going is that direction, and I think that Sony will probably follow up with something like it. Look, if Google's doing it and Microsoft is doing it, and that's the direction that it's going,
nah, Sony will.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, they will.
For all of the people who are screaming about wanting to continue to do physical media or want to make purchases, I can completely understand people who like live in a place in the United States where they have caps on their data, or their bandwidth, or something like that, and that being an issue.
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact though that this is where the world is headed. Like,
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a fan of streaming, but I know like that's where everything's headed. You know what I mean? So it's one of the things like,
yeah.
eventually you just have to deal with it. Like it just is what it is.
I mean, I guess my point, at least as far as like video games are concerned, is that at least in my head, at least not with what we've seen right now, I don't believe that the streaming part of it is something that is taking away your digital ownership. Your digital ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it means that, oh, it can look, oh yeah, you own this. Just play it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which I think makes sense. Right? So if you've been purchasing games for one system or the other for all of this time, and you're logged into your account, all right, let's you know what I mean? Like,
right.
you can play. I don't think physical media will ever go away altogether, but it almost has.
Eventually,
people are buying vinyl.
Yeah.
Maybe more than CDs now.
Yeah. Vinyl's definitely made a comeback, but I feel like that's different than like having a disc-based game.
You're right. I mean, there has to be a physical box to play on,
right?
Or that goes away, and then you don't have that anymore, and now it's an
app, like you said before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an app. You just download the app on, just like Netflix, Hulu,
on almost any device.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm. That kind of a future isn't a future that scares me. That's a future that like excites me. Like, I'm excited about the idea of
the Xbox and PlayStation app.
I mean, I'm sure it would be like an Xbox Live app, a PlayStation,
whatever,
a PSN app. You know what I mean, or whatever. I think Nintendo would be more likely to try to keep their stuff tied to the
physical, like still have you go buy a unit.
But I think even that, I mean, Nintendo has always been really good at like tying their software to something special that their hardware does.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Joy-Con and that kind of stuff. Where, for Microsoft and Sony, man, outside of like VR with Sony doing PSVR and like, the Move controllers, I guess, it's just a traditional controller. I mean, they pretty much work the same way. You know what I mean? It's mostly just, I like the shape and or feel of one better than the other. But in terms of how they operate, what they do is the same. You know what I mean? And when you throw into the mix, like Microsoft saying with xCloud, like, yeah, we've actually created like really great ways for you to play with kind of like tactile feedback or whatever directly on a touchscreen. So if you don't have a controller, if you forgot it, if you left it, if the batteries die, whatever, you still can play. Like, that's... If you look at something like Fortnite, and, like, it's one thing to look at it from where we usually sit in the console space or even in the PC gaming space and look at the success of something like Fortnite and how much money it's making and it being, like, the biggest game in the world. It's not the best-selling game in the world because it's free.
Right.
But it's on everything.
They got it everywhere.
It's on all the consoles.
Yep.
And it's on the handheld devices.
Yep.
Like, it just came to Android. As big as it is, like, it just got out of being essentially beta only on, like, the Samsung S9. What you doing? What you doing?
Huh?
What you doing?
I wait till you finish.
Are you gonna download something digitally, sir?
Yes, sir.
And stream it to play, like, nah.
Yeah, Fortnite about to be on this thing.
Yeah, I'm just, like, that speaks to its ability, and I think every other player in that yard wants to be able to do the same thing. And if one of them, if any of them are able to capture you on multiple devices,
it's a win. That's a win.
That's the wrap. And
It's not too many that's done that. Fortnite, Minecraft, Rocket League,
right.
like it's a handful.
But even they still have physical.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you can physically go and purchase Minecraft for multiple devices.
And you can do it with Rocket League.
I mean, you can do it with Grand Theft, which is the biggest entertainment property ever.
Winning.
Auto 5, not,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, look, I have embraced the digital format, the digital future, the digital current.
I'm all for my digital.
I'm not against physical. Wait, I might be lying.
Just a little. just a scotch.
It's gonna sound really, really lazy, sir.
Okay.
But as I sit here,
Mm-hmm.
within reach of the remote control,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Like, okay, we come from an era where we used to be the remote control.
Yeah.
Hey, go change the channel.
Straight up.
Oh, man.
Right.
Get him, go change the channel.
Hey, son, come here 1 second.
Right.
And hand me the remote over there.
Right. Like, even when there was a remote,
yeah, like,
and the remote wasn't close,
like really, it's 2 feet from
you the remote.
like,
it's a thing, right? So, okay, remotes promoted people being lazy. So they could change the channels without getting up. Change the volume without getting up.
Mm-hmm.
Rewind. Fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
Without getting up.
Yes, they did. A great technological marvel.
The evolution of said thing
So they connect.
is digital media. Like, all right, like, we've always wanted to be able to take even our physical stuff with us.
Yes.
Wherever we went, right? So, like, if you bought a CD, but you didn't have a CD player in the car, you dub that joint onto a cassette tape.
Yep.
And take it with you in the car.
Yep.
Because I need it. I want it. But people feel, but I own it, so I can do that. Right? But when you don't have to do that because your Netflix is on your Blu-ray player, it's on your console, it's on the TV, it's in your cable box.
It's on your cell phone.
It's on your cell phone, it's on your tablet, it's on whatever, like, and you have an account, and you log in and you pick up watching right where you left off. Like, that's magic. Bro, that's magic. Like, that's not like that's magic.
Hey, look, you know what else is magic besides that?
What?
When the episode goes off, just right in the next episode. Look, oh, I gotta move.
Listen,
oh, yes. So great.
You know what else is magic?